Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. What if I told you that you could focus on one thing in your life? And if you focused on just that one single thing, then everything else in your life would take care of itself. Not only do I believe that that is possible, but as I share with you today more about who I am, I would like to share with you how I'm living that principle out in life. My name is Tom Williams. I'm married to my wife, Kayleen, for the past 16 years. We have two beautiful children, Olivia, who is 8, and Abigail, who will shortly be 2. I started a technology company in 2011. I actively am involved in Canton First Friends Church. But the most important thing I could share with you today is that my relationship with God is the single most important thing in my life. And going back to the focus on one thing and everything takes care of itself, there's a promise that God gives us in Matthew 6:33. He tells us that if you do what I tell you to, and if you focus on the things I want you to do, that I will take care of everything else in your life. So about 2.5 years ago, my wife Kayleen, who'd been teaching for 11 years, at the time she was really worn down and tired of working in the public schools. So we prayed about it and we made a decision that she was going to resign. Well, even though she worked out through the end of the year, she decided she was going to resign right in the middle of the year. About 3 weeks after she resigned, we found out that we were going to have my second daughter. The significance of that for us was that we were going to be going from a 2-income to a single income family. We had never done that. Not only that, we were going to be doing it with my company. I'd only had the company a couple years. In addition to that, health insurance. She had phenomenal health insurance at the schools, and now we were going to have to figure out how to kind of handle the health insurance. And about a month after this happened, I remember standing in my kitchen, and it hit me. I thought, you know what? I think God in the lives of other people. Obviously, I'm very intentional in the lives of my children and in my wife, in my close circle of friends and family, but in my business. Again, kind of going back to that eternal perspective shades, the things that I do each day, I try to find a greater value there because I realize the things I do are just temporary in terms of fixing computers and finding solutions for people, but when I realize I'm working with people and there's eternal value there, it really keeps me going. Some of the specific things that I've done over the past couple years, I've been involved in a business owners group where we would get together to encourage each other and hold each other accountable to living out biblical principles in our lives. I actually started a business roundtable with other business owners to just really add value to their lives. I was actually part of organizing a nonprofit store at the Hartville Marketplace called From a Village, where we just give money back to missionaries in Haiti and Guatemala. And I've been involved in multiple discipleship groups, with the last one being 6 men from Malone. And I actually still continue over the past year. I've been involved in their lives weekly, monthly. They're now investing in other men, but I continue to invest in them. And so as I was thinking about it, I thought, let me look back, because that's the first part of the promise or the command is, hey, you do this for me, and then I'll take care of everything else. So as I kind of looked back, I thought, let me kind of take a look back and see what that looks like. And I realized not only in that time frame, were we able to pay for the pregnancy? But she had surgery as well. We paid for that, and we never really suffered financially at all. In fact, there was no stress financially. Not only that, we went on 2 family vacations to the beach, which we had never done before. Paid for those with cash. The big cherry on top, earlier this year, we bought a new, or not new, but a 2012 minivan and paid cash for it. If you'd have told me we could do those things, I'd have said, there's no way. I don't know how that happened. And not only that, my business, it grew 35% just last year alone. I'm going to be bringing an employee on next year. And my relationships with my family, with my friends, like I've got better relationships than I've ever had before. So the reason I joined Toastmasters, this is the message I feel like God's given me in my heart. I want to continue to improve and get better so that I can deliver that message to the world, because there's nothing greater than the joy or peace that comes from being able to live a life where you really truly can just focus on one thing and let everything else take care of itself.